Camera companies are invested in you during the early stages because that's where the largest audience is. They're not invested in developing you beyond the fundamentals. That's not criticism, it's just business. Their priority is visibility and product movement. Your growth into a more thoughtful, intentional photographer, it's not their responsibility. And if you're someone who feels ready to move past surface level advice, this episode is definitely for you. And this episode really came to fruition after a conversation with a fellow working photographer buddy of mine. He's been working for decades, real assignments, real pressure, real experience. I'm talking assignments and published stories in National Geographic, the New York Times, a photographer shooting at the highest level for an extended period of time. And he started a YouTube channel. And a few months later, he stopped. He quit. No traction, no audience. The algorithm didn't care. And that really stuck with me because someone with depth and lived experience didn't fit what this space rewards. You guys didn't want it. YouTube didn't want it. Maybe some of you want it. That's why you're here today and that's why you've watched this far. So I started to ask myself, what is actually being rewarded here in this platform? And what happens to you beginner photographers or amateur photographers who want more than the basics, who have graduated past those basics? And before I get into that, I just want to thank today's sponsor, Wotancraft Bags, because they make the best camera bags on the market. I've been using them for a very, very long time. Perfect for travel and street photography, low-key, versatile, modular, and stylish as well. My go-to bags for all my assignments, all my personal work. Love the company, love the guys. If you're interested in a new bag, don't buy it because I said so, but if you're in the market, check out the affiliate link in the description box below. All right, so let me be clear about today's episode. I'm not attacking influencers. That's not my vibe. That's not what I enjoy doing. Some are talented, some are good photographers. Many can absolutely help you build a foundation, and you don't need to be a master photographer to review a camera. Specs are specs. That's not the issue. So before you start typing away, hear me out until the end. The burning issue here is when visibility and brand endorsements start to look like proof of deep photographic experience. And trust me, I've been on the inside of marketing campaigns for all different camera companies. I've been invited to launches. I've helped promote cameras. I've been on the inside and outside of these worlds, so I do have a very unique perspective here. I've seen how these guest lists are built. I've seen how photographers are made by camera companies. Out of hundreds of invites for these big events, maybe like 10 to 15% are really full-time working photographers. The rest are creators with reach, and that makes sense for them. If you're launching a product, you want exposure, fast content, big audiences. You're not selecting people based purely on who has built the strongest body of work over decades. They're selecting people who can move product, and again, that's their job. But understand what that means for you. Pre-release cameras get loaned for a short window, a weekend, maybe a few days. Creators spend most of their time producing the video. They spend very little time actually living with the camera, using the camera, and making meaningful work. Then the images go online, and many of them are rushed, safe, and predictable. And this is where amateur photographers get caught. You see brand access. You see polished production. You see someone standing on a launch stage, and you assume authority, so you copy the images. And be honest, look at some of these launch event images. They're not good, they really aren't, but you copy these images, you copy the approach. You look at these people as authority. If the foundation of that person of authority is shallow, the results are going to be shallow. And you add to that having a limited time with the camera, you're copying really uninspired photography. And copying uninspired photography leads to uninspired photography. I see this in my own little world in teaching online and working as a professional photographer, because I exist in this Leica street photography, documentary, and travel photography sort of algorithm on YouTube. And I get students in my workshops and in my classes who follow me and follow many of the same YouTube personalities you see on these stages. And I've been on these stages, so I'm not saying it from bitterness because I've been on both sides of the world. And many of my students have taken workshops with these same creators, we'll call them. And more than once, a lot of times, students have told me they felt like they wasted their money on these workshops, not because the instructor was a terrible person or a terrible photographer, but because they didn't really learn anything new. And here's the interesting part. Two of my most recent students in a workshop I did in Vietnam were actually better than the instructor of the workshop that they intended previously. Better composition, more awareness, more restraint, better storytelling skills, and that's not me trying to embarrass anyone, it's just an honest observation. And what's happening is really simple. These students are outgrowing their mentors because their mentors aren't growing themselves. They've reached this level of slight authority, better than the basics, better than that bulk of photographers, but they never grew. It's not that they can't, it's just they didn't have to, because they've become a person of authority appealing to those masses, and camera companies love that. And again, none of them are to blame, but that's not helpful to you. And I'll repeat this again, you don't need an impressive resume to be a good teacher, but you do need lived experience. Very little time spent deeply practicing a craft gives you very little to pull from when you teach beyond the basics. You can explain exposure, you can explain autofocus, but once a student wants nuance, storytelling, restraint, editing disciplines, story sequencing, emotional awareness, that requires experience. Camera brands are doing their job, influencers are doing their job, but neither of them are responsible or motivated to take you from competent to meaningful. Why do they want to teach you to become better than they are? You're responsible for that. So watch reviews for information, learn the fundamentals wherever you can, but when you're ready for depth, seek people who have lived photography, not just talk about it. And when you outgrow someone, allow yourself to move on. Do not confuse visibility with credibility. Do not confuse access with experience. Camera brands are invested in your early stages, your long-term growth. That's up to you. That's it. That's my little rant today. Thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to shop those Wotancraft bags. If you're in the market, check out the affiliate link in the description box below. Don't forget to check out my online store for my latest workshops, private and small group workshops here in Vietnam and beyond. I do custom workshops as well. I have online classes, portfolio reviews, and much, much more. My December Northern Vietnam Photography Workshop is open for registration. Check all that out at askmott.com. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and don't forget to have a wonderful day.